The Atlanta night buzzed with homecoming drums, stadium lights glaring as Sam Carter, 42, hunched over a stack of papers, pencil scratching grades. The crowd roared, kids he'd taught waving from the field, his chest warm with their noise, until his phone lit up sharp. Ryan's TikTok. EduFuture, revolutionizing schools. A slick logo, his curriculum, years of chalk dust dreams, now a $300,000 startup. His pencil snapped, lead splintering across the bleachers, louder than the band. Family first, huh? He muttered. The screen's glow burning his eyes, Tom's shrug behind Ryan's grin. How do you sell your uncle's soul? He rasped, knuckles whitening on the clipboard. He saw Ryan at 16, scribbling in his class. You're my spark, Uncle Sam. Now a thief in his glow. The air thickened, sweat and betrayal mixing fast. My kids, he growled. The crowd's cheer a hollow hum. His snapped pencil a scar of trust, broken too quick. The game blurred, Tom's shadow looming large, tugging him back to a legacy he'd held too tight. The bleachers creaked under Sam Carter as the homecoming crowd faded, his snapped pencil rolling beneath the seat. Ryan's TikTok still searing his mind. He leaned back, the Atlanta night humid with memory, Tom's real estate deals stacking millions. Their childhood home, now a tutoring haven, Sam had rigged with second-hand desks. He'd taught there, chalk on his sleeves, while Evelyn ruled the school board, her sharp heels clicking past his pleas for books. Family lifts you, he muttered, the words bitter now, his calloused hands tracing the bleachers' chipped paint. He saw Tom at 40, tossing him a beer on that porch. You're the heart, Sammy. Keep us real. Real, while Tom flipped properties and Evelyn cut health funds Sam begged for. Ryan, too, bright-eyed at 12, building models from Sam's lesson plans. You're my hero, Uncle. Now hero was a hashtag, number sign EduFuture, built on his bones. The stadium lights flickered, mirroring the Carter shine, Tom's towers, Evelyn's gavel, always gleaming over his quiet grind. I held it together, he rasped. Chest tight, the roar a distant echo of their Sunday suppers. Laughter over mac and cheese he'd cooked, but the warmth curdled, Tom's shrugs, Evelyn's smirks, little cracks he'd patched with trust. The pencil's snap rang louder, a fault line splitting that legacy wide, pulling him toward a supper where the rift had first whispered its truth. The Atlanta air hung heavy with fried chicken and hymns. The church basement buzzing as Sam Carter, then 38, slid a stack of papers across the supper table. His tie loose after a long day. Plates clinked. The Carter clan sprawled, Tom, Evelyn, Ryan, under fluorescent lights that flickered like their bond. More tutors, free clinics, Sam said, voice steady. Our kids need it, Black, Latino, all of them. His hands, chalk-stained, gripped the proposal. Eyes bright with the dream he'd nursed since subbing in underfunded rooms. Evelyn's fork paused, her school board smile tight. Soft ideas, Sam, she said, voice slicing sharp. We need results, test scores, not handouts. Tom chuckled, wiping grease on a napkin. Leave the big plays to us, little bro. Stick to your chalkboard. The table laughed, a jagged edge to it. Ryan, 20 then, scrolling his phone, muttering. Old school. Sam's jaw clenched, the mac and cheese he'd brought cooling fast. It's their future, he snapped. Chair scraping as he leaned in. Not your egos. Evelyn's eyes narrowed. Don't preach, teach. He saw Tom at 45, clapping his back after a game. You're our glue, Sammy. Glue now peeling under their smirks. I'm not your prop, he growled under his breath. The hymn swelling, amazing grace, mocking his plea. Ryan smirked. Dreams don't pay, uncle. The dismissal sank deep, a crack splitting his trust, his proposal sliding back, untouched. They'll see, he rasped to himself, fists balling under the table, the basement's warmth souring fast. The memory burned as the homecoming crowd's roar bled back. That supper's rift, a quiet wound, festering long before Ryan's TikTok snapped it wide open, tugging Sam toward a betrayal he'd never named till now. Rain streaked the classroom windows in suburban Atlanta. The hum of fluorescent lights, sharp as Sam Carter, 42, stacked graded papers. The homecoming sting still raw, Clara Ortiz burst in, her coat dripping, shoving a folder under his nose. Look, she said, voice tight, flipping to copyright docs. EduFuture curriculum, Ryan Carter, Sam's lesson plans, word for word, stamped with his nephew's name. His chair screeched back, papers scattering like leaves, the air gone thick. He stole it, he rasped, hands trembling over the proof. $300,000 in startup cash. His sweat, now Ryan's shine. Clara's eyes burned. Tom signed off. Check the email. There it was, Tom's curt, "Go for it, kid," to Ryan. No mention of Sam. My brother, he growled, the word a shard in his throat. Seeing Tom at 48, grilling ribs at a cookout. Your family, Sammy. Always. Always. A lie in black ink. He'd poured years into those plans. Tutors, clinics, for kids like his students. Faces he knew, not some tech bro's pitch. They gutted me, he muttered, slamming the desk, wood groaning under his fist. Clara grabbed his arm. We've got proof. He can't dodge this. Proof, cold comfort as trust bled out. The supper rift roaring back, Evelyn's smirk, Tom's shrug. Now a full betrayal bared raw. I gave them everything, he rasped. Rain drumming hard, his classroom a tomb for faith he'd clung to. Shoving him toward a fight he couldn't sidestep, the school boardroom smelled of polished wood and stale coffee. Atlanta's evening rain tapping the windows as Sam Carter stormed in. Copyright docs crumpled in his fist. Evelyn sat at the head, 48th, her blazer crisp, flipping through notes like nothing burned. Tom lounged beside her, 50. Tie loose, smirking as Sam slapped the folder down. Ryan stole my curriculum, he said, voice cracking sharp. And you signed off, Tom. The room stilled, board members shifting. But Evelyn's laugh cut through, cold as glass. He's our vision, Sam. Your scribbles were just a start. Tom leaned forward, hands splayed. Kid's a genius. Took your ideas and ran. That's family, bro. Lifting each other. Lifting. Sam's gut twisted. Seeing Tom at 45, hauling him up after a fall. We're Carters. Unbreakable. Unbreakable until now. $300,000 of his soul sold cheap. You didn't ask, he snapped, boots scuffing the floor. You took. Evelyn waved a hand. Don't be dramatic. Teach your kids. Let Ryan build the future. Her eyes flicked past him, dismissive as supper night, a queen on her throne. His phone buzzed, Ryan's TikTok live. EduFuture's my dream. Some folks can't keep up. Views spiked, 10,000, comments cheering. Go Ryan! Old guard's done. Sam's chest caved, the board's murmurs a hum of betrayal. They're mine, he rasped, fists balling, the rain louder, drowning Tom's shrug. It's business, Sammy. Business. Family turned predator, tearing his work to ribbons. I built it for them, he growled, voice low. The kids' faces, Javier, Aisha, flashing in his mind. Not some startup's logo. Evelyn's pen tapped. You're stuck in the past. Move on. Move on? from blood and chalk. The wound deepened. Ryan's post a fresh stab, pushing Sam toward a truth he'd have to claw out alone. The classroom clock ticked past midnight. Atlanta's rain a dull roar as Sam Carter hunched over a desk, papers strewn like wreckage. Clara Ortiz flipped through old lesson plans, her flashlight beam cutting the dark. Sam's handwriting, his curriculum, now Ryan's edu-future. "Here," she said, voice low, sliding a binder forward. "Dated drafts, emails to Tom from years back. Could use this for the kids." No reply, just silence. Then theft. Sam's chair groaned as he stood, pacing, the air thick with dust and rage. "They had it all along," he rasped, fingers raking his hair, the tick-tock sting still bleeding. He saw Tom at 47, tossing a football in the yard. "You're the thinker, Sammy. Keep dreaming." Dreams he'd handed over, trusting, now a startup's spine. Clara tapped her phone. "Found Ryan's pitch deck online. Your exact phrasing, Sam." His throat locked. The words, equity through education. His mantra. Mocked in neon slides. "They didn't even hide it," he growled, kicking a chair, metal clanging sharp. Outside, a neighbor's porch light flickered. Ms. Jackson, who'd praised his tutoring. Her voice now a whisper at the store. "Ryan's the real deal." Clara pulled up a community forum, posts trickling in. "Heard Sam's mad? Jealous much? Edu-future's saving us." The screen glowed, a noose tightening. $300,000 of his soul, flipped into their hero tale. "They're buying it," he muttered, chest caving, seeing Aisha's shy grin when she aced his quiz. Kids he'd built this for, not Ryan's hype. "We've got dates, proof," Clara urged, stacking pages, her eyes fierce. "Enough to nail 'em. Nail 'em." Justice a faint pulse under the hurt. The supper rifts echo loud. Evelyn's smirk, Tom's shrug. "Who turns blood into a blade?" he rasped. Alone in his head, the rain relentless. Community whispers swelling like a tide he'd have to swim against. Dawn broke gray over Atlanta's suburbs. The school parking lot slick with last night's rain as Sam Carter trudged to his truck. Lesson plans heavy in his bag. A flyer slapped the windshield. "Edu-future, our kids tomorrow." Ryan's face grinning, his curriculum hijacked. Ms. Jackson waved from her porch. Her usual, "Morning, Sam," swapped for a curt nod, eyes sliding away. He froze, keys biting his palm, the air thick with coffee and betrayal. "They're gone," he muttered. The community forum's sting fresh. Sam's just jealous. Ryan's the man. He saw her at church, clapping for his tutoring grads. "You're our rock, Sam." Now clapping for Ryan's hype. His phone buzzed, Ryan's latest TikTok. "Future's now, don't cling to the past." Views hit 20K. Locals piling on. "Time to retire, old man." Sam's chest caved. Boots scuffing asphalt. Mr. Ruiz, who'd borrowed his drills, honked past, yelling, "Support the kid, Carter." Support, while his $300,000 dream fueled their cheers. "I taught their kids," he rasped, voice lost to the hum of morning traffic. Aisha's proud, "I got it, Mr. C." A ghost in the noise. Clara texted, "More posts, they're all in." All in, his block, his people, swallowing Ryan's spin whole. He gripped the truck door, knuckles white, the supper rift roaring back, Tom's big plays, Evelyn's move on. Now a tide drowning him. "They don't see," he growled. Isolation coiling tight, the flyer fluttering down like a shed skin. The fight loomed, a storm he'd face, with no one left to call his own. The Atlanta courthouse hummed with murmurs, its oak benches creaking as Sam Carter, 42, stood at the plaintiff's table. Hands steady on a stack of lesson plans, his life's work. Clara beside him adjusted her glasses, nodding sharp as the judge peered down. Mr. Carter alleges intellectual property theft, the lawyer began, sliding Sam's drafts, dated, dog-eared, before the bench. EduFuture's curriculum matches verbatim, stolen by Ryan Carter. The room tightened, eyes flicking to Ryan, 25, in a sleek suit, tapping his pen like it was TikTok gold. Sam's voice cut through, raw. That's mine. Years for my kids, not his startup. Ryan stood, smirking. It's shared legacy, Uncle Sam. Family ideas, my execution. You inspired me. Inspired. Sam's gut lurched. The $300,000 theft, a slap masked as praise. He saw Ryan at 18, doodling in his class. You're the best, Uncle. Now a snake in his skin. You didn't ask, Sam snapped, slamming the table, wood shuddering. You took. Tom signed off. The judge's gavel cracked, but Ryan's grin held. Business, not betrayal. Carter blood runs thick. Thick. Tom shifted in the gallery. Evelyn's stare icy beside him. The supper rift alive. Soft ideas, Sam. Clara shoved forward emails. Tom's go for it, kid. Proof in black ink. They knew, she said, voice steel, and sold him out. The crowd buzzed. Neighbors Sam knew. Ms. Jackson, Mr. Ruiz, frowning now. Whispers shifting. They're mine, Sam rasped. Kids' faces. Javier, Aisha, burning in his skull. Not Ryan's logo. Ryan leaned in. You're stuck, Uncle. Let me run it. Run it, the gall ignited Sam. Tension snapping like a live wire. His fight bared raw against a family he'd trusted too long, shoving him toward Ryan's next play. The courthouse steps glistened wet under Atlanta's noon sun as Sam Carter stumbled out, the courtroom's heat still choking him. Clara's "We've got this" fading fast. His phone buzzed, Ryan's TikTok, live from the lot. Uncle Sam's bitter, can't handle progress. The screen flared, 50,000 views ticking up. Ryan pacing, sleek suit glinting. EduFuture's the dream, he's just noise. Sam's knees buckled, the curb catching him. Asphalt biting through his jeans. Comments flooded. Sam's a has-been. Support Ryan. Neighbors' names he knew. Jackson, Ruiz, cheering his ruin. He saw Ryan at 15, crashing on his couch after a fight. You get me, Uncle. Now a blade in his ribs. Get me, he rasped. Voice lost to the wind. Hands clawing his hair. The video looped. He's stuck. I'm soaring. Views hitting 75K. Kids he'd taught liking it. Aisha's mom typing. Time to step aside, Carter. His chest caved. Breath ragged. $300,000 of his soul. Now their anthem against him. They're all gone, he muttered. The supper rift roaring. Tom's chuckle. Evelyn's move on. Now a mob's roar. Clara jogged up, phone in hand. It's viral, forum's worse, she scrolled. Sam's jealous. Ryan's our future. The block he'd tutored, fed, turning cold. He saw Miss Jackson at homecoming, hugging him. Your family. Now unfollowing in droves. I built their hope, he growled, kicking a pebble, its skitter sharp against the silence of his name. The TikTok blared. Let's rise above the haters. Ryan's grin a mirror to Tom's. Blood turned venom. They don't see me, he rasped. Alone in his skull, despair pooling black. Clara grabbed his shoulder. Court's not done. We fight. Fight. When his world spun. Ryan's tune? The sting deepened. A wound he'd carry to Tom's bedside next. The Atlanta courthouse hallway stretched dim. Fluorescent lights buzzing as Sam Carter slumped against a wall. The clock ticking down, 2 hours till the verdict. His boots scraped the tile. Tom's "Sammy, please," echoing from the hospital. A plea gnawing at his spine. Clara paced nearby, clutching their evidence, lesson plans, emails, her voice steady. We've got 'em cold. Cold, Sam's hands shook. The $300,000 theft, a fire in his gut. Ryan's TikTok, now 100K views, branding him a relic. Ruin them, he rasped. But Tom's gaunt face flashed, casted leg, frail grip, family a tether pulling hard. He saw Ryan at 10, wide-eyed at his desk. Teach me, Uncle Sam. Now a thief he could crush. They deserve it, he growled, fist slamming the wall, plaster dust falling like his resolve. But Evelyn's breaking. Tom's sorry. Was it enough to let go? My kids, he muttered. Javier's shy nod, Aisha's grin, his real fight, not blood turned venom. The hall spun, a dream flickering, Tom tossing a ball. You're my rock, Sammy. Rock now rubble. Ryan's laugh a shard in the haze. I can't forgive, he rasped, voice breaking, alone in his skull. Who picks kin over justice? Clara stopped, eyes fierce. Verdict's ours. Your call, Sam. Call, ruin the Carters, or relent. The weight splitting him raw. He saw the courtroom door, judge's gavel poised, triumph or truce teetering close. I built it for them, he said. Resolve flickering, tension of vice as the clock hit 1 hour. Narrator cuts in. Blood or kids, what's your call? Sam's at the edge, family's pull or student's future. Drop your take below. Would you fight or fold? The hall hushed. Sam's breath ragged, the ruling a blade dangling sharp, slicing toward a win he'd have to claim. The Atlanta courtroom fell silent as the gavel cracked, the judge's voice steady. Rights restored to Samuel Carter. EduFuture's curriculum is his. Sam, 42, stood frozen, the weight of $300,000 in stolen dreams lifting off his chest. Claire's hand firm on his shoulder. Across the aisle, Ryan slumped, 25, his sleek suit rumpled. TikTok shine dulled. 100K views couldn't save him now. Sam's boots echoed as he turned to leave. Victory a bitter pulse. Tom's hospital plea. Drop it, Sammy. Still ringing hollow. The gallery stirred. Ms. Jackson, Mr. Ruiz. Eyes wide. Whispers flipping fast. Ryan caught him at the door. Voice low. Uncle Sam, truce. Let's rebuild. Family first. Rebuild. Sam's jaw tightened. The offer raw. A kid's plea beneath the bravado. He saw Ryan at 14, racing bikes down their street. You're my wingman, Uncle. Wings clipped by theft. You took my kid's future, Sam said. Voice rough, hands flexing in his pockets. Not just mine. Ryan's eyes flickered. I messed up. Tom pushed, I ran with it. Messed up. Truth, but late. The supper rifts echo loud. Stick to your chalkboard. No truce, Sam rasped, stepping back. The air thick with Atlanta's heat. You're not my fight anymore. Ryan's face fell, a crack in his hustle. Seeing Sam anew, not relic, but rock unyielding. I thought you'd fold, Ryan muttered, hands dropping. The TikTok king dethroned. Sam's chest eased, not healed. Javier, Aisha, his real stakes, worth more than Carter blood. I'm done carrying you, he said, turning away. The courtroom's hum fading. A weight shed, but scars deep. Victory tasted sharp. Ryan's shift a shadow he'd walk past, pulling him toward a path he'd forge alone. The Atlanta sun blazed over the schoolyard, chalk dust swirling as Sam Carter, 42, hauled desks into a new tutoring wing. His curriculum, reclaimed, now $50,000 in grants breathing life into cracked walls. Kids darted past, Javier, Aisha, grinning. Mr. C's back. His shirt clung, sweat and pride mixing. The courtroom win a month behind. Ryan's truce a ghost he'd left cold. Across town, Ryan's TikTok flickered. New app, clean slate, EduFuture's done. Views dipped, 5K, his hustle humbled. No Carter name to lean on. Sam's jaw eased. He's learning. he muttered, hammering a shelf, nails biting wood. He saw Tom at 46, patching their roof. We rise together, Sammy. Together, till theft split them wide. Now Tom faded, leg casted. Evelyn's calls rare, her school board throne wobbling as Sam's reforms spread. They're out, he rasped, stacking books. The supper rifts sting duller. Big plays crumbling fast. Ryan's post looped. Building real now. A coder's pivot, not a thief's. Sam's chest lightened. Not forgiveness, just space. Aisha's "Thanks, Mr. C," louder than family noise. I don't need 'em, he said, voice firm. The drills hum a steady pulse. Clara jogged up. Grants doubled. Communities in. In, Ms. Jackson waved from her porch. Proud of you, Sam. Neighbors trickling back. Ryan's shine dimmed. He saw Evelyn at Christmas. Her toast. Carter's stick tight. Tight till they didn't. Her sway lost to his quiet grind. I'm my own, he growled, lifting a desk, strength rising where blood had drained. Ryan built apart, Tom and Evelyn shadows, separate tracks carved clean, tension easing into a calm he'd hold, pulling him toward a porch where he'd face Ryan one last time. Dusk settled over Atlanta's suburbs, the Carter porch creaking as Sam, 42, leaned on the rail, a beer sweating in his hand. The tutoring wings hum a mile off. Ryan's car rolled up, dust kicking. His frame slimmer, 25, no TikTok swagger now. He climbed the steps, hands shoved deep in pockets. Uncle Sam, can we talk? Sam's grip tightened. The courtroom win solid. $50,000 in grants thriving. Yet here was Ryan. No truce this time, just eyes searching. Say it, Sam rasped, voice low, the air thick with cedar and memory. Ryan shifted. I was wrong. Pushed too hard. Took too much. Wrong. Sam saw him at 17, fixing a flat tire here. You're my guy, Uncle. A guy he'd buried under theft. I pushed too, Sam said, setting the beer down. Wood thunking soft. Held you all too tight. Ryan's jaw twitched. I wanted respect. Tom's shadows heavy. Respect. Sam's chest stung. The supper rifts echo faint. Stick to your chalkboard. Tom's weight they'd both hauled. You earned it your way, Sam muttered, boots scuffing. Not mine. Silence hung. Aisha's laugh from a tutoring clip looping in his head. Not Ryan's to claim. I'm sorry, Ryan said, voice cracking. Building clean now. Missed you. Missed. The word tugged. But Sam's hands stayed still. Missed who I was, he rasped, stepping back. Not who I am. Ryan nodded, slow. Fair. Guess we're different Carters. Different. Truth settled. Calm but sharp. No fists. Just space. Take care, kid, Sam said, turning in, the screen door creaking shut. Ryan's steps fading down the drive, tension drained. A quiet scar left. Family split. But Sam stood firm, 6 months of strength stretching ahead. 6 months later, Atlanta's spring sun warmed the school steps. Sam Carter, 42, adjusted a banner. Carter Learning Hub. Kids streaming in, Javier lugging a science project, Aisha waving a report card. His $50,000 grants had doubled, classrooms buzzing with tutors he'd trained. The courtroom win a foundation rebuilt strong. He leaned on a rail, chalk dust on his jeans, pride steady in his chest. No TikTok glare, just real wins. Across town, Ryan's app, Learn Light, rolled out quiet. No stolen shine. A post reading. Starting fresh, thanks for the push. Sam's lip twitched. Kids growing, he muttered. Tension gone. Just air. Tom faded, cast off. Calls rare. Evelyn's board seat lost to a reformer. Sam backed. He saw them at Easter, passing ham. You're our glue, Sammy. Glue unstuck. Their shadows small now. They're out there, he rasped. wiping sweat. The supper rift, a scar smoothed over. Big plays played out. The hub hummed. Ms. Jackson dropped cookies. You're ours, Sam. Neighbors back. Ryan Surge, a memory. I'm enough, he said, voice firm, hauling a chair. The porch talk with Ryan, a line drawn clean. Family split, but he stood tall. Clara jogged up. Funding's up. City's watching. Watching. His kids. His fight. Not Carter blood. Built it myself, he growled. The sun dipping. Stability, a root sunk deep, pulling him toward a lesson he'd share next. The Atlanta evening glowed gold over the Carter Learning Hub. Kids' laughter spilling out as Sam Carter, 42, locked the door. His shadow long on the steps, 6 months strong. His reforms thrived. $100,000 in grants now. Javier's project winning awards. Aisha reading at grade. He leaned on his truck, keys jangling. The weight of Tom's fade, Evelyn's fall, Ryan's pivot, a quiet hum. Worth's mine, he rasped, hands tracing the rail. The supper rift, soft ideas, Sam. A whisper he'd outgrown. Ryan's latest post flickered. Uncle Sam taught me, build your own. A nod, not a bridge. Their tracks split clean. He saw Tom at 44, fixing his bike. You're my anchor, Sammy. Anchor cut loose, his strength forged alone. Family's not fate, he muttered. Chest light. The hub's buzz louder than blood's pull. Ryan's words looped. Betrayal's a teacher. Mirroring Sam's truth. Pain built this, not kin. I chose me, he said, voice steady, kicking gravel. The porch talk, a scar-turned lesson. Javier, Aisha, his real legacy. Clara's City's Watching rang. Atlanta saw him now, not the Carters. Narrator cuts in. Betrayal built you. How? Sam's hub stands. Ryan reflects. Family broke 'em, but they rose. What's your story? Drop it below. Did pain push you to shine? Sam drove off. Dusk fading. Inspiration a spark he'd lit. No tension left. Just a tale to echo on.